Okay guys, it's AJ again, just a little update. We're taking a walk. You can almost see the cave way back in there somewhere. I can't find it for you through the trees, but it's back there. Well hidden. The hillbilly is trying to dig up some fresh rams and see what they look like. Maybe too early, some of them may be too small, but what'd you get? There we go. Now that's something that we already know is edible, but what we're doing is collecting and foraging. We've picked up some wild violet,
henbit,
and
violet, and
fiddleheads. Is that all we got in there? That's what we've collected so far. Now there's a couple things that are edible out here that we talked about, or that we think were edible, and we were going to, make sure. The hillbilly knows they're edible, but I don't, so I'm looking them up for my own personal learning experience. But those are May apples, and at least medicinal. That's what the hillbilly calls them. They're medicinal. He just said, I don't know if you can hear him over there, that's why I keep repeating him, but we don't want to pick those because they're not on yet. So we're going to...
The apple that comes onto the May apple is edible if it's ripe, but it has to be pure, 100% ripe. You shouldn't mess with it if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you should not. We do not recommend that you go forage and just eat what you find. There are too many things that can go wrong quickly. Like I said, we are foraging, and the hillbilly knows all of this stuff. Like I said, I'm going to look everything up in the book and make sure that we're correct about things. Basically, make sure I'm correct, because I've been pointing out things and asking, is this edible? Is that edible? And like I said, this is something that I really need to work on personally because I don't know enough. So we're educating Mommy a little bit today, and the hillbilly is great at that when you are in the bush. So we're going to keep going and see what else we can find. What else was there? There was something else that there were raspberry bushes all along the edge of this little muddy road there. There are May apples and raspberry bushes. We found a plant. We're going to see if we can look up and find out what it is. Maybe you can tell me before we look it up, but it is... Nope, that's not it. There it is. I'll cut out my walking so you guys don't have to be bored. This plant right here really looks kind of like a lettuce to me. And I'm willing to say I think that it would probably be edible, but I wouldn't eat anything that I didn't check out for sure. It kind of smells like garlic.
Wild onion. This is a true wild onion.
Oh, you did find a wild onion. We were having
are the true wild onions.
We were having that conversation on the way up. There's a whole field of what I call, and what I'd always heard called, wild onion. And James has found out that there is wild garlic too. If you pick it and the bulb breaks into pieces like garlic, you've got fresh wild garlic into little cloves. This is a full ball, one chunk. That means onion. So, just a little tip there that I have already learned. Like I said, guys, I'm working on it. Oh gosh, oh look! That is so cute. It's a little lizard. It's a teeny little lizard. Here, oh, don't move, baby. Hold still. Oh, he's scared. I can't get my finger down there. But that's just a little leaf he's growing on. He's so tiny. You can't even see him probably if I stand up. Ryan, come here, baby, look. I wish one of our friends was here, because, John's roommate, because we went through the pond and found all kinds of stuff and caught it and put it down by their house so the kids could look at it, and kind of like little tiny pets. So I think she will think that is adorable. I would love to pick it up and take it to her, but it'll be a while before we get to go back, and I don't know if I can keep him alive. I don't know that much about lizards either. But any animal that I'm not sure about, I just leave alone, because they do their own little thing. Ryan's, sorry, that's shaky. Ryan's trying to hold him up. He's so little. Put him back down, baby.
Hey, bud, take this back, and we'll make a bowl out of it.
You need to stop what you're doing and come back.
Okay, hold on a second.
Something happened to the...
Hold on. We got a turtle shell that we found. And on the new table that I'm working on, we're going to take it up and when we're not here, it'll sit there as a little centerpiece, and when we're here, we're going to use it kind of as a bowl after we clean it up. So we're just finding all kinds of things. There's just so many things to look at and do out here, and no TV. I did bring a cell phone for emergency cases, but you've got to stand on one foot and hop like a bunny up in one spot to get service. So it's just an in case of emergency thing, and it's back there. I've got a first aid kit in my pocket, and my inhaler, and a knife, and a neck knife, so I've got everything I need on my person. So we're going to keep looking, and we'll talk to you in just a bit. Okay, guys, this is part of what we collected. We did collect some usable stuff, but this is the stuff that's edible. And just so I don't make a mistake, because like I said, I'm always learning, I'm just going to sit here and let Hillbilly tell you each thing that we found. We found fiddleheads and violets and ramps, which are what I call wild onions. There's other things right there that look like wild onions are actually wild garlic. They actually have little bulbs on them that break apart like garlic. Not sure what else we've got, but let's listen and the Hillbilly will tell us.
These are what's called wild garlic. You'll see these in your yard. Sometimes there'll be a wild onion, but most of these will be cloved on the bottom. They'll have more than one bulb, and they will. See, there's two bulbs right there, and they usually adjoin each other, which is a sign of garlic. This is henbit. It is part of the mint family. It's got a square stem on it. It's the one that you seen in that last video I did. This is cattail. These are the young spring shoots popped up out of the thing, and we just trim them off. And you just take the outer husk off, like this right here. You pull off the outer husk, and you can have that. It's all nice and clean, no sand in it.
And we use the tops of those. They're all fluffy, and we use those for fire starters or tinder or whatever we need. It's a coal extender. Yes, Ryan, thank you.
These are violets. And in the books that I've got, all violets are edible. These are fiddlehead. These are a fern, that young fern before it opens up. This one's a little bit old right here. You can see it's kind of starting to open up. You want to get them before they open up, like that right there. These are the ramps. These are wild ramps that grow in this hollow a lot. There's tons and tons of these things.
Yes, they're everywhere, and they've got really big leaves on the top.
But these taste like cucumber. If you don't like taste of cucumber, you won't like this. This has like a mucilage in it too, kind of like a little slimy, little like okra, but not as bad. But they taste almost identical to cucumber.
That's the cattail that he's talking about, and he's right because I tasted it.
These are real good. They're good for you. The pollen that comes up on top you can use for substitute for bread flour. Mix it with your bread flour, stretch it out. But cattail's real good.
Well, I'm going to let Hillbilly do his own video. There is one thing we forgot. We did get a pink flower that grows off of a tree, and it's in the pea family.
Eastern redbud.
An eastern redbud, but it's over on the table, and most of them were really high, so we didn't try to get those right now.
They're real crunchy, and they have a slight pea flavor.
We've got some of those over on the table, and I am way over there working on that big slab that I almost have turned into a table. It's going to take me a couple of days, it seems. I've been, I don't know, working pretty much steadily off and on for 3 hours at least today. We've been here since what, baby, noon?
Close
at least noon, 11, 12, something like that. And now it is 20 minutes till 7. So most of my time has been beating a rock. So the Hillbilly and Ryan are going to stay in their little camp that they have. Oh, I zoomed you in too much. There you go. Hi, Alex. This is their camp. And right where Alex is standing is actually their living quarters. That's kind of their kitchen area right there. And then they even have another area in the back that they're building. So they've had a lot of time to work. They do a lot of winter camping, which, like I said, I just did not want to chance my health and try that because I didn't want to get sick. What are you doing, Allie?
He wanted to cook that egg, and I told him to hang on a minute, and he went to sit down, and he forgot he had it.
Oh, you sat on an egg.
No, he squished it with his hand.
Oh, don't you dare eat that.
Set it gently down the coals, bud, just like it is, and that yolk will cook. Don't get it all over you. And you set it down in them coals just like that.
Just throw it in the fire, dingy. Daddy's messing with you. Anyway, that's what we're doing, and Alex and I are going to go home here in probably another hour or so, and I'm going to soak my sore muscles in a hot bath and come back in the morning with them. I'm not going to stay overnight. It is supposed to be 40 degrees tonight, so it'd probably be warm enough, but there's things that we need to get done at the house too, so I'm going to go work at the house this evening while the boys finish their little camping adventure for the day, and Alex and I will finish our adventure at home. I've still got some jars on my table to put up. So I'm going to get back over and work on my rock for a little bit before I leave, and I'll talk at you in a bit. Bye.